This is famous theater near the royal palace. Very old and very extravagant. This theater's box office. I bought the tickets already. $94, $92. This is tickets.
Teatro Real. The Teatro Real, English, Royal Theatre or Royal Opera House, is an opera house in Madrid, Spain. Located at the Plaza de Orient, opposite the Royal Palace, and known colloquially as El Real, the Royal One. It is considered the top institution of the performing and musical arts in the country, and one of the most prestigious opera houses in Europe. The groundbreaking of the Teatro Real was on April 23, 1818, under the reign of King Ferdinand VII, and it was formally opened by his daughter Queen Isabella II on November 19, 1850. It closed in 1925 due to damage to the building and reopened on October 13, 1966 as a symphonic music venue. Beginning in 1991, it underwent major refurbishment and renovation works and finally reopened as an opera house on October 11, 1997. It has a floor area of 78,210 square meters, 841,800 square feet, and a maximum capacity of 1,958 seats. Since 1995, the theater is managed by a public foundation in whose board of trustees are represented the Ministry of Culture of the Government of Spain, the Government of the Community of Madrid, and the City Council of Madrid. Since 1998, its principal orchestra is the Orquesta Sinfónica de Madrid. In addition to its regular annual program of opera, dance, concerts, and recitals, the theater has hosted other special events throughout its history, such as the 14th Eurovision Song Contest in 1969, the 25th Goya Awards in 2011, or the Loteria Nacional's Christmas Special Draw since 2012. The Royal Opera received the Opera Company of the Year award at the 2020-21 International Opera Awards. The building is listed as a Bien de Interés Cultural since 1993. History. Background. The former Teatro de los Canos del Parral was a theater, built over an earlier Corral de Comedias, and opened in 1738 under the reign of King Philip V. It got its name from the nearby fountain of the Pear Tree Canals. The theater was demolished in 1817 to clear the space for the current Teatro Real. 4. Early years. Teatro Real in 1860. The theater in the 1900s. The current theater was founded by King Ferdinand VII in 1818, and after 32 years of planning and construction, a royal order on May 7, 1850, decreed the immediate completion of the Teatro de Orient, and the building works were finished within 5 months. The Opera House, located just opposite the Palacio Real, the official residence of the royal family, was finally inaugurated by Queen Isabella II on November 19, 1850, attending the performance of Donizetti's law favorite. Madrid Opera soon became one of the most prestigious opera houses in Europe. For over 5 decades, it hosted the most renowned singers and composers of the time. In the early period, it saw famous opera singers such as Alboni, Frezzolini, Marietta Gazzaniga, Rosina Penco, Giulia Grisi, Giorgio Ronconi, Italo Gardoni, Mario de Candia, and Antonio Silva, among many others. In 1863, Giuseppe Verdi visited the theater for the Spanish premiere of his La Forza del Destino. At its peak, in the last quarter of the 19th century, the Teatro hosted world-renowned artists such as Adelaide Borghi, Marie Sass, Adelina Patti, Christina Nielsen, Luisa Tetrazzini, Mattia Battistini, Julian Guiar, Angelo Massini, Francesco Tamagno, and Enrico Tamberlik. In 1917, the ballets Russes of Diaghilev performed in the theater with the presence of Nijinsky and Stravinsky. as a concert hall, Teatro Real, in 1980. In December 1925, a royal order ordered its activities to be discontinued owing to the damage that the construction of the Metro de Madrid had caused to the building. The government set out to restore it and ordered numerous projects to be drawn out for its renovation, such as that from architect Antonio Flores Erdepolita, who proposed a monumental remodeling of the building. However, the Civil War and the post-war financial difficulties prevented the completion of these projects and led to a simple restoration, sponsored by the Juan March Institute, and carried out first by the architect Manuel Gonzalez Valcárcel, and later by architects Miguel Verdu Belmonte and Francisco Rodriguez Pardarroyo. The theater reopened on October 13, 1966 as a concert hall, as well as the main concert venue for the Spanish National Orchestra and the RTV Symphony Orchestra. The reopening was celebrated with a concert of the Spanish National Orchestra, conducted by Rafael Furbeck de Burgos, in which it was performed Beethoven's Symphony No. 9, together with the Orpheon Donostiera and Manuel de Falla's homenages. 10. The venue closed for renovations with a last concert by the Spanish National Orchestra on October 13, 1988. From 1867 to 1925, and from 1966 to 1990, the Royal Opera also housed the Madrid Royal Conservatory and the Royal Higher College of Performing Arts. Remodeling. The auditorium with the Royal Box in the center. 2013. Lobby. Starting on January 2, 1991, the house was remodeled to host opera again. The building was completed in late 1995. Then the process of technical, administrative, artistic, and functional organization began, which led to the opening of the theater by King Juan Carlos I and Queen Sofia on 11 October 1997. 12. The opera program performed at the reopening was El Sombrero de Tres Picos and La Vida Breve by Manuel de Falla, which was immediately followed by the world premiere of the opera Divinas Palabras by Anton Garcia Abril, actually commissioned to open the house with Placido Domingo in the cast. The remodeling was based on the old classical style of opera house, with only basic modernization leaving many seats without a view of the stage. A considerable percentage of seats have a limited or zero view of the stage, and a live stream of operas and ballets is projected on the upper side walls of the house, so that the entire audience can follow the performance regardless of their view of the stage. The theater has a floor area of 78,210 square meters, 841,800 square feet, with a stage of 1,430 square meters, 15,400 square feet, and a maximum capacity, depending on the orchestra pit, of 1,958 seats. Productions. The Royal Opera of Madrid from the east at the Plaza de Isabel II. The backside of the theater. 2022. The theater stages around 17 opera titles and 2 or 3 major ballets per annual season, from September to July, both own productions or co-productions with other major opera houses abroad, as well as concerts and recitals. The most popular operas at the Teatro Real have included Verdi's Rigoletto with 409 performances, followed by Aida with 378 and Il Trovatore with 356. 2 works by Meyerbeer Lafricaine with 268 and Les Huguenots with 243 have been shown to draw audiences, although the former work has not been performed since the 1920s, being no longer considered mainstream repertory. Donizetti's Lucrezia Borgia has been given some 218 performances since its debut in the house in 1919. World premieres. Premiere of the opera El Abracardas, 2022 by Luis de Pablo. In addition of the world premiere of Divinas Palabras by Anton Garcia Abril, the Royal Opera has staged another 16 world opera premieres since its reopening. Don Quixote by Cristobal Hafter, 2000. La Señorita Cristina by Luis de Pablo, 2001. Dulcinea by Mauricio Sotelo, 2006. El Viaje a Simord by Jose Maria Sanchez Verdu, 2007. Faustball by Leonardo Balada, 2009. La Pagina en Blanco by Pilar Jurado, 2011. The Perfect American by Philip Glass, 2013. Brokeback Mountain by Charles Waring in 2014. The Public by Mauricio Sotelo, 2015. La Ciudad de los Mentores by Elena Mendoza, 2017. El Pintor by Juan J. Colomer, 2018. Je suis Narcissist by Raquel Garcia Domas, 2019. Marie by German Alonso, 2020. Transito by Jesus Torres, 2021. El Labracardas by Luis de Pablo, 2022. And Extension by Senor Serrano Group, 2022. The company also premiered the first complete staging, with sets and scenography, of Isaac Albanese's Merlin in 2003-101 years after its completion. The first modern revival of Vicente Martín y Soler's A El Berbero de Buen Cawar in 2007 and Papia Inero, a new orchestration for a modern chamber orchestra of Claudio Monteverdi's L'Incarnación de Papia by Philippe Bozeman's in 2012. Bicentenary. The Teatro Real celebrated its bicentenary with a special program from 2016 through 2018. One of the operas featured was Bellini's I Puritani, a co-production with the Teatro Municipal of Santiago, Chile. A performance of this work was streamed in July 2016 via the Royal Opera's Facebook page, an example of the theater extending its reach by digital services. The event was also relayed to a number of venues and was a national trending topic on Twitter. The same production has been performed by the company, including orchestra and chorus, in August 2017 at the Savonlinna Opera Festival. Company. Since 1998, the resident ensemble of the Teatro Real is the Orquesta Sinfónica de Madrid. The current artistic manager is Joan Matabash, former director of Gran Teatre del Liceu in Barcelona. The current music director of the company is Ivor Bolton, since 2015. The current principal guest conductors are Pablo Eras Casado and Nicola Luisati. Bolton is scheduled to stand down as music director at the close of the 2024-25 season. In July 2022, the company announced the appointment of Gustavo Jimeno as its next music director, effective with the 2025-26 season, with an initial contract of 5 years. Special events. The Teatro Real has hosted some special events throughout its history. On March 29, 1969, Television Española held the 14th Eurovision Song Contest at the theater, featuring an onstage metal sculpture created by surrealist Spanish artist Amadeo Gabino. On February 13, 2011, the Academy of Cinematographic Arts and Sciences of Spain held the 25th Goya Award ceremony at the theater. 22. Every December 22nd since 2012, Loterias y Apuestas del Estado holds its Loteria Nacional's Christmas special draw there. Tours of the building. The Opera House offers daily different types of guided tours, lasting between 50 and 90 minutes and given in various languages. This gives the public the opportunity to learn about the building, including the stage area, the workshops, and the rehearsal spaces. Controversies. Cancellation of Shen Yun. In 2019, Teatro Real scheduled several performances of a show by the American dance company, Shen Yun Performing Arts. The theater sold 900 tickets for the performances, but canceled the event. The Royal Opera claimed technical problems, but the then Chinese ambassador to Madrid, Lu Fan, said in a recording that it had been he who had pressured and given directions to the theater to cancel the performance. COVID-19 measures. In 2020, the theater canceled a performance of the opera on Ballo in Mascara amidst booing from the audience due to lack of safety distance in the roost. Several attendees complained about the relocation of some audience members in the god seats and the overcrowding of audience members with respect to the rest of the areas. The police later verified that the capacity was adequate for the restrictions imposed by COVID-19. The theater claimed that less than 50% of the tickets had been sold.
No me extraña, porque según está... Una persona totalmente dependiente.
Es que no se puede que los niños se nieguen a refugiarse un poco
す。